Alright then. Well, now that I've slept off a toxin made by a very talented but infuriating woman, I believe I need to head back and go to Winterhold. The question becomes, of course, what is the most punitive route? I suppose I could try to just go straight to it. Let's see, it should be to the north.
You are better with that bow than you were.
Yes, I suppose you were the bowman before, weren't you? Put an arrow in me. I'm never going to let you live that down, just so we're perfectly clear. Now, Winterhold should be beyond this range. I don't think I'll be able to scale it, but perhaps I'll be able to go around. That looks like a promising path. Things are much better now that it's light out. That cold is still biting, but I don't have much choice in the matter at the moment. Why couldn't he have chosen somewhere else? Why must everything be in the coldest areas of Skyrim? What is that? Who is that? And, well, one question at a time. Oh, I don't like the looks of you. You're wearing robes. Right. Well, I suppose... Hello? Who are you?
You speak to a vigilant of Stendar. Cavort with any Daedra, and we will hunt you down.
Oh, you're a boring person. Right, I know your kind.
The Vigil will be watching you.
Yes, about that. I don't... Well, you're minding your own business. I don't really care too much.
Be careful.
Oh, shut up. I don't know why there were skeletons out here. Perhaps a necromancer. Yes, well, goodbye, boring person. You're much less interesting than I thought you were going to be. Aha! An actual road. Fantastic. Shake some of the snow off my boots. Leather does not feel fantastic when you've been prancing around in the... Inigo, really now. You're a bit too big to be doing that. Lost my train of thought. Also lost my location. Let's see, going by the map. That Shrine of Azura that was mentioned before should be around here, but it's not quite a focus of mine. That direction? No. Let's see, Winterhold would be... Oh. Oh. Right, well, I was overcomplicating this, wasn't I? Well, where there's mages, there's money in alchemy and fire, so... I'd like to put the bow away, but frankly, with all the wolves, I don't... mind some sort of... Those are quite nice. I will happily take that. It's also not a good sign. nightshade tends to grow where there's a large quantity of dead bodies. That's why it's often found in cemeteries. What are you? I keep getting distracted when it's very cold. Oh! Oh! Well then.
Lovely, over here.
That's what I get. That is what I get. Ripping that arrow out. That is what I get for not paying attention. And that's what I get for being a bad shot. There we go. Down you go. Really now, Wolfric. Pay attention to your surroundings before you go gallivanting off. Too busy about the cold when you should be worried about wolves trying to gnaw your damn leg off. Oh, they killed a goat. Surprised they didn't kill that one as well. I'll have my arrow back, thank you. There's so many things to look at. I doubt anyone here's alive. The wolves either scared them off or ate them. Oh, or they died in the cold alone. And yet always some coins survive. Ooh, a spell tome. How lovely. And a block box. Considering the location, I doubt there's too much here, but no harm in checking. A gemstone, it's worth a bit. For all my gripes of my homeland, and how I don't quite seem to fit in around here, I must say it can be quite gorgeous sometimes. That doesn't excuse all the idiocy that is here, though. If anything, that would be the natural beauty of the land, and not so much her people. Just a post marking the road. Fair enough. The lamps must be enchanted to some degree. There's no feasible way those flames last with all this chilling wind. If you headbutt me or spit at me, I will kill you. Just so we're clear. That looks promising. Well then. Oh, I really must pay more attention. Right. Right there. Oh, you're a big boy, aren't you? Luckily I shot it in the eyes. Keeping it stunned from the force combined with blinding it definitely makes it easier. Whew. Well. Right then. Could have gone a lot worse, I suppose. I didn't expect to have just a bear wandering along the road. I keep forgetting that in this area, the patrols are rather minimal. It's quite the light show over there. I doubt the actual town is quite as magically inclined as the actual college, however. Now then. Who am I looking for? She was telling me, but I was in a bit of a daze.
To the inn for a drink, of course. Where else could I even go in this god's forsaken town?
Let's see here. Perhaps it would help if I actually wrote it down somewhere. In there. And there.
Probably.
And there.
It's worth a try.
The frozen hearth. Well, I believe.
Could you describe?
Excuse me, my friend.
It's
Horrible monster was turned inside out and then exploded. What did you do?
It was a minor
at the
miscalculation. I've already corrected it for future experiments.
This is why people have a problem at your college, Nellikar. Come on in. Just stoke the
Nellikar.
fire.
Well,
Take a
that's
seat
not
and get the coal down.
I will, most likely. I'm actually quite peckish and a bit thirsty. But I'm actually looking for someone named Inthere. None of you look like an Inthere or a maid.
Please, come home.
Oh!
Just come home.
You
Can't. Got at least 2 rounds to go. Why don't you go sell something?
Why? Because I'd rather be here trying to keep my only brother from drinking himself to death.
Ha! Drink ain't gonna kill me. Not today, anyway.
How quaint. Right then. Are you Inthere by any chance?
Yes, what is it?
I've been sent by a young woman named Carlia.
Carlia? Then she's finally found it. Do you have Gallus's journal?
Everything well, Nellikar?
Yes, but there
yes, quite
is a
fine.
bit of a
My
problem.
accommodations here continue to be just like.
Problem? Let me see it.
Yes.
Oh, this is just like
Are you
Gallus.
referring to your
A
other
dear
business?
friend, but always too clever for his own good. He's written all of the text in the Falmer language.
Well, let me know if
In
things
the
get out of hand.
Snow Elves language? I don't believe the Falmer themselves have an actual written language since they're blind.
Isn't this a surprise?
I thought you
How
were a
much of our
scholar.
money is
Right
spent
then,
today,
can you translate
Anything left, or is
it?
No. However, I know someone who might. The court wizard of Markarth,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Calselmo,
Am I bothering
may have the
you?
materials
Am I
you
making
need to
your
get
life
this
more
journal
difficult?
translated.
Calselmo.
Word of warning. Calselmo is a fierce guardian of his research. Getting the information won't be easy.
Nothing ever is. Right then, in sight of this, adventure I'm finding myself on, what can you tell me about Gallus?
He was a dear friend of mine, and a surprisingly astute pupil of academia. I was devastated when he was killed. I suppose that risk always coexisted with his line of work. I just never thought his luck would run out.
Unfortunately, that is relatively common, yes. That's unfortunate. Being a scholar and a thief is rarely something that goes hand in hand. I would have liked to meet this man.
Please,
It's
come
unfortunate
home.
he
Just-
seems to be before
just
my
come
time.
home.
Can't. Got at least 2 rounds to go. Why don't you go
Now then,
sell something?
Why?
if he was an
Because I'd rather be
academic,
here trying to keep my only brother from
and he
drinking himself to
chose
death.
the path of a thief as well, I'm curious as to why.
Not today.
Not that I can talk, but I actually do consider myself a scholar before all else. I just happen to like shiny things as well as many other subjects.
For the thrill, of course. He was quite clear that he felt more in his element climbing through a window rather than hunched over a dusty tome.
I can certainly relate. How did you meet him?
Ah, yes, quite an amusing anecdote, actually. I caught him trying to break into my laboratory. I was about to show him the error of his ways when he made a curiously astute comment about my research notes. I was astounded, and in turn it led to a conversation. Who would have imagined it would lead to such a strong friendship?
Yeah, strong friendships tend to have quite a few surprises.
I say,
Inigo?
you didn't hear any loud noises last night, did you? No, explosion sounds?
No, I certainly didn't.
What is going on in the
You're reaching your
background?
eyes.
Honestly, I'm trying to have a
No,
conversation.
certainly not. A small
I
experiment
already
made a
know
broken
what
eye,
the
but
Falmer
clearly
are.
with no
They are
discernible consequences.
snow elves that have been mutated by the Dwemer. But
And is this
what
something I'll need to worry
exactly
about in the
do you think of them? What is your
Oh,
take on them?
certainly, I hope.
In the time before man, they were known as the Snow Elves. They lived in the sunlight and had a very prosperous society.
Yes.
Please, come home.
But
Just
were they like the
home.
other elves?
Got at least
Such
2
as the
rounds to go.
Bosmer and so
Why
forth?
don't you go?
Yes, I would say their culture quite possibly rivaled
Because
our
I'd
own.
rather be here.
Out of curiosity, what do you think drove them underground? Obviously, no one knows for complete certainty, but I only know of one theory, which was that, essentially, they were driven out by men. The Nords, specifically.
The Nords went to war with the Falmer in the First Era, killed them by the thousands to drive them from their snowy homeland. The Falmer retreated underground and forged an uneasy alliance with the dwarves who ended up betraying them. This betrayal made them what they are now, horrible, blind monstrosities with a burning hatred of any but their own kind.
Yes, so, the same story, information that I am already aware of. Judging from your tone, though, you don't seem to pity them, which is a surprise. Many scholars I've met tend to.
Why shouldn't I? The Falmer have killed more than a fair share of my
2
acquaintances.
rounds to go.
They're
Why don't
animals.
you go?
They show absolutely no pity or remorse. If you wish to learn more about them, you're welcome to my tome on the subject. Should be on my table.
Interesting. Well, thank you. It's actually kind of refreshing to talk to another scholar. Odd. Out of curiosity, why do you think excuse you? Drunkards, really? Remind me to steal everything you own later. Why did Gallus scribe his journal? I'm struggling to speak. Maybe that poison is still affecting
Oh
me.
yes, quite fine.
Why do you think
My
he
accommodations
used
here continue to
the
be
Falmer's
just
language, the Snow Elves' linguistics, in order to code
Are
his
you
journal?
referring to your
Besides the fact that there are only a handful of people in Tamriel that even recognize the language, I'm fairly certain he was planning some sort of a heist that involved a deep understanding of the Falmer language. Sadly, we never had the opportunity to speak about the details.
Interesting. Who in the world taught him the Falmer language? Where did he acquire that knowledge?
Ironically, I pointed him in the same direction I pointed you, to Markarth and Calcelmo. I'm only hoping whatever means he used to learn the language will still be available to you.
Interesting. Well, it's a lead that I didn't have before, so thank you. I appreciate it quite a bit.
Calcelmo is stubborn as a mule. Be careful when you speak to him.
That's fine. I'll just take it if I need to. Right then, Ranmir. You are drunk. He's facing the other way. He doesn't care. He's also affiliated with thieves. And if I hide behind this pillar, no one will have any idea. You are very rude, sir. Now then. And of course, no one noticed, not even him. I'll enjoy the soup that he provided me with, and here's that gold I took to pay for my own meal. Good evening, sir.
If there's anything you need, just let me know.
Yes, I'd like to rent a room, but first I'd like to see what you have for sale when it comes to food and drink.
Take a look.
Quite a bit of stew. That makes sense considering the area. Something warm actually does sound quite nice. Some blackbriar mead is actually quite nice. I'll take one of those. A nice tea. Make that two. I'll have some in the morning as well. Let's see here. Porker stew would be a great way to end the night. What will I have tomorrow? That's some very nice wine, but I will only make a mental note that you have that. Perhaps as a reward to myself after I return here. Vegetable soup. Yes, that'll do just fine for tomorrow. Alright, now, I would like to have a room if you have one available.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you very much.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Yes, as long as you don't do as the lizards did and just show it to me every single day. As if I didn't have basic instructions. I can't help but notice there's no door.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
A door. A door. Just a door. Ugh. You are going to be on watch, just so we're clear. Anything of use? Complimentary. Oh. I don't. Did the previous tenant leave these here? Well, they're mine now.
Filter.
Well, I suppose I have a tiny bounty now. I don't know how he saw me from here, actually. You know, you really shouldn't put it here if you don't want people to take it. It's my room now. Honestly. Right, well, I suppose I should enjoy my food. He doesn't actually seem all that annoyed. I forgot I had this Ashfire mead. It smells quite strong. Suppose if I'm going to have it, I should have it now, before bed. Oh, very well. Ooh, yes. That was actually quite potent. Well then, just enjoy my tea and my stew, and I will... Ooh. Enjoy a nice sleep. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. If you'd like to see future content, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. If you'd like access to bonus content, such as special privileges on my personal Discord, extra information on my stories and world building, or perhaps simply wish to support my work here, please consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. Thank you for all your time, and I can't wait to see you in the next chapter of our story.